So these important 10 terms which every UPSC aspirant should know. These are the three important pillars of India's growth. The budget is focusing on not just the geography of India, it is focusing on the people of India. That's also a very important keyword used in this year's budget. It could be used as a good keyword while writing your mains answer. जैसे अब last में conclusion में डाल सकते हो कि these steps will help ज्ञान philosophy, which is ultimately also emphasized in the budget 2025. Hello everyone, I am Sajal Singh, the academic director of Sarrthi IAS offline. And just 4-5 days back, the budget has been announced. And in this budget, there are certain key terms, I would say new terms or the terms that were actually the dominant theme of the budget. So these important 10 terms, which every UPSC aspirant should know, because they will be used, or they are important not just for your preparation but also for your prelims exam and your mains exam. So it's very important that you need to understand the philosophy of these 10 keywords that have been used in this year's budget. So I do have an economics background. I have done my masters in financial economics and economics, and therefore using my knowledge of economics, I will be explaining also the philosophy of these terms that are there. So let's start. And before we start, I would like to again announce that the Compass offline batch led by me is starting from 12th, and it's a super 100 batch, 100 people that will receive mentorship, and top 25 people will receive mentorship by me, right? So this is a program, one-stop solution for people who are struggling to clear prelims and who would require to have intervention so that their gaps are identified and they are rectified. But it's an offline program, so it's only available for students living in Delhi and NCR. So the whole description of this course is there in the comment box and in the description box, so you can check it from there. Now let's start. So the first important keyword used is Sabka Vikas. So Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas was the term that the government has been using for last many years. This year they used Sabka Vikas, and it also specified that all regions of India should develop. So it is emphasizing on stimulating balanced growth of all regions, right? So north, east, south, west, northeast, every region of India should grow. That's the real purpose of Sabka Vikas, and that will also implement the key goals of her DPSP. Then a country is not just its soil, a country is its people. So Finance Minister has used this quote of Telugu poet Apparao, and it emphasizes that a country is not just a geography, right? India is not just a geography. It is the people of India that makes India as a country, because it is the people who establishes society. It is the people who help us develop a unique culture. It is the people who will be responsible for India's future growth. It is the people who are the stakeholders. If you remove people from India, there is no India. It's just a land, a piece of land. So ultimately, that is the main idea, that the budget is focusing on not just the geography of India, it is focusing on the people of India. Third is the key focus area of this year's budget. Last year also they have talked about Gyan. This year also they are emphasizing on the four things, right? The first thing is poor, Garib. Second is youth. Third is Annadata. And fourth is Nari, right? So if we talk about these four pillars, a lot of things have been emphasized for them. For example, for the poor, there is a 5 lakh rupees credit card that have been allocated to registered micro enterprises. The idea is that they don't face the problem of credit for their expansion. For agriculture also, there is a new scheme. There is a new scheme that has been brought, and the name of that scheme is Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Yojana. And under this scheme, the focus is on crop diversification, and the focus is on improving the post-harvest storage facilities, because we see that India, faces, or India loses a lot of its food because of lack of storage of food grains. So that is for the youth. Even for the, if we talk about the youth also, there is this clause कि जो MSME का classification होगा between micro, small and medium, that range will also increase by 2 to 2.5 times. So that's the major focus that the budget is giving, or the budget is emphasizing on these four important sections: गरीब, यूथ, अन्नदाता और नारी. So ज्ञान पिलर जो है, it could be used as a good keyword while writing your mains answer. जैसे अब लास्ट में कंक्लूजन में डाल सकते हो कि these steps will help the ज्ञान philosophy, which is ultimately also emphasized in the budget 2025. Then very important, make for India and make for the world. This is a very important thing, because the idea is that make for India means कि इंडिया में आप ease of doing business करो, फॉरेन कंपनीज इंडिया में आके स्टैब्लिश करें, अपनी फैक्ट्रीज इंडिया में आके प्रोड्यूस करें. वी हैव टू क्रिएट दिस लेवल ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. वी हैव टू इंश्योर कि आवर यूथ आर स्किल्ड इन अ वे दैट दे कैन हेल्प अस इन मेक फॉर इंडिया. मेक फॉर द वर्ल्ड इज इंडियाज विजन ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट लेड ग्रोथ. तो जो PLI scheme and all these schemes, the idea is that कि India should be part of the global supply chain. Indian production should have that competitiveness where we can compete with the West, where we can compete with our rivals, and India should increase its export to different countries of the world. So this is the overall idea of the make for the world. So make for India and make for the world is another keyword that is used in this year's budget. Then cities as growth hubs, creative redevelopment of cities, water and sanitation. Cities as growth hub जो है, that's been used in this year's budget. It means कि cities जो है, future growth तो वहीं से आएगी ना. It is the cities where the educated class lives. It is the cities where the employment opportunities are. It is the cities that will transform, or that will provide opportunities for promoting manufacturing. It is the cities that will function as an engine of India's future growth. If you want to become Viksit Bharat, we'll have to make Viksit cities. So that's the main idea of cities as growth hub. Then creative redevelopment of cities. So idea is that we should ensure that our cities need redevelopment, which means parks ho, planning ho, sustainability ho, slums nahi ho, heritage protect kare. If you see around in the world, Baku and many other cities, they have protected their heritage. Why can't Delhi do it? Why can't Calcutta do it? कि our heritage walks हो, heritage को हम protect करें, right? We can go for sustainable development, small city type का जो concept है. So that is the idea of creative redevelopment of cities to make it more livable place. Water and sanitation is the third area. ठीक है ना? We have to improve, we have to ensure that every urban dweller gets access to sanitation, gets access to water. Then that's also a very important keyword used in this year's budget. Trust first, scrutinize later. Trust first, scrutinize later. तो ये बेसिकली जो है इनकम टैक्स बिल आ रहा है 2025 का, एंड दैट बिल इज बेस्ड ऑन दिस फिलॉसफी ऑफ ट्रस्ट फर्स्ट, स्क्रूटनाइज लेटर. अभी इंडिया में द इनकम टैक्स regime is implemented through the Income Tax Act 1961. While doing my master's in economics, I had the opportunity to go through it. There are 6 lakh words in that Income Tax Act. And it's so confusing. The language is so confusing that it's a paradise for lawyers and CAs. Right? So because of that, the burden of tax is so high because it's so complicated. The process is so complicated. Now, the income tax bill 2025 is based on कि we believe in the honesty of taxpayers and we believe that whatever they are filing will be right. So 99% जो है हम self assessment को मान लेंगे unless and until we see any kind of a what we call as some kind of irregularity. ठीक है ना? तो दैट इज द ओवरऑल आइडिया कि भाई हम स्क्रूटनाइज बाद में करेंगे, देखेंगे, आप पे हम ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं कि आप जो भर रहे हो वो ठीक ही भर रहे हो. ठीक है ना? सो आइडिया इज दैट यू फाइल योर टैक्स yourself. You don't need to rely on things. So the overall focus of this bill, income tax bill, will also be on simplification of language and the process. So 6 लाख से 3 लाख में हम रिड्यूस कर रहे हैं एंड ऑल्सो इंश्योरिंग कि जो आउटडेटेड लॉज हैं, बाई लॉज हैं, उसको हम डिलीट कर दें. ठीक है ना? देन जन विश्वास बिल 2.0. तो दिस Jan Vishwas Bill 2.0 basically idea is that to improve the ease of doing business. Because see, in India problem is that छोटे छोटे minor offenses पे businessmen को जेल हो जाती है, right? And that literally hurts the ease of doing business because that gives a lot of power to the tax inspectors because they have a power to send businessmen to jail for small minor bona fide mistakes. So it's very important that we actually focus on this Jan Vishwas bill. The idea is that कि Jan Vishwas bill जो है इसमें कई सारे minor offenses को decriminalize किया जाएगा and they will be just ultimately they will be just penalty that will be imposed. So the idea is again on the basis of कि भाई हम trust करते हैं उन पे. ठीक है? अगर कोई minor fault है तो उसके लिए the penalty should not be very high. Then presumptive taxation for non-residents. अब होता क्या है कि non-residents जो हैं they provide a lot of services to services and technology to Indian firms. तो idea is that कि presumptive taxation का मतलब ये होता है कि हम मान लेते हैं कि आपकी इनकम इतनी है, इस हिसाब से आपका टैक्स होगा, आपको कोई फाइल नहीं करना है. तो मोस्टली प्रिजम्पटिव टैक्सेशन इज यूज फॉर स्मॉल टैक्स पेयर जो इतने सारे सीए वगैरह हायर नहीं कर सकते हैं कि पूरा एक बैलेंस शीट मेंटेन करें. तो गवर्नमेंट कहती है ठीक है, हम मान लेते हैं कि आपकी इनकम का इतना प्रॉफिट होगा. ठीक है ना? सो दैट्स बेस्ड ऑन दिस. सो एनआरआईज के लिए भी यही है कि उनकी जो 25% ग्रॉस रिसिप्ट होगा उस पर 35% गवर्नमेंट टैक्स लगाएगी. ठीक है ना? जो उनकी इनकम हो रही है बाय प्रोवाइडिंग टेक्नोलॉजी एंड सर्विसेज टू इंडियन फर्म्स, उस ग्रॉस प्रोसीड्स का 25% का 35% गवर्नमेंट टैक्स इंपोज करेगी. मतलब इफेक्टिव टैक्सेशन जो है ऑलमोस्ट 8-9% रहेगा क्योंकि 25% को माना जाएगा उनकी प्रॉफिट और उसमें 35% टैक्स लगाया जाएगा. ठीक है ना? मतलब 100 रुपए अगर वो उसको 100 रुपए मिल रहा है एज अ रेवेन्यू तो 25 रुपए उसका प्रॉफिट समझा जाएगा और उस 25 रुपए में 35% टैक्स इंपोज किया जाएगा विच इज 8 or 9 रुपीज. ठीक है ना? सो दैट इज द प्रिजम्पटिव टैक्सेशन फॉर नॉन रेजिडेंट्स. ठीक है? दैट हैज बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. देन की पिलर्स ऑफ इंडियाज ग्रोथ. तो द बजट हैज एम्फसाइज्ड दैट डेमोक्रेसी, demography and demand, these are the 3 important pillars of India's growth, India's future growth perspectives. Democracy क्यों? Democracy will ensure that government takes decisions that are well informed and government takes decision by making the citizens stakeholder. We see around us none of the countries are democracy and you can see their economic condition. Most of them are struggling. जहां पे आवाम, सिटीजन जो है पार्ट ऑफ द डिसीजन मेकिंग नहीं होता है, वहां पे द आउटकम्स आर ऑल्सो बैड. सो देयरफॉर मोर डेमोक्रेसी विल लीड टू मोर इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ. राइट? सेकेंड इज डेमोग्राफी. वी हैव young, youthful workforce. India has a young age. We are realizing or we are in the middle of our demographic dividend growth process. Right? So if we can upskill them, then it can add an extra few percent to India's growth. Right? Because In next 30 years, our population, our labor force will start aging, and then we can face the problem of Japan, where because of aging 30 years, they have not grown. So demography is another pillar of India's future growth. Third is demand, and that is the reason why government has brought so many reforms. 12 लाख के जो tax exemption दिया कि demand increase करनी है, because we have so large population. We don't need export. अगर हमारी domestic market पूरी तरीके से demand driven हो जाए, पैसा आ जाए उनके पास, so India की growth story will continue forever, right? So demand is the third key area which will drive India's future growth, and that is why this budget has emphasized so much on the demand. Then ज्ञान भारतम मिशन. So अगर हम बात करें ज्ञान भारतम मिशन की, तो ज्ञान भारतम मिशन में फोकस क्या किया गया कि जो हमारी मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स हैं, मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट बेसिकली हैंड रिटन डॉक्यूमेंट होता है, 75 ईयर या फिर उससे ज्यादा ओल्ड, एंड इट कैन बी रिटन ऑन पेपर, क्लॉथ, पाम लीफ, इवन ऑन द वॉल्स, ठीक है ना. तो इस मिशन में 1 करोड़ मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट, राइट, ऑलमोस्ट 1 CR, जो 1 करोड़ मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स हैं जो कि म्यूजियम्स में है, लाइब्रेरीज में है, लोगों के पर्सनल कलेक्शन है, उसको कंजर्व किया जाएगा, आइडेंटिफाई किया जाएगा एंड उसका सर्वे किया जाएगा. सर्वेइंग, डॉक्यूमेंटिंग एंड कंजर्विंग 1 करोड़ मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स, जो कितनी साल पुरानी भी हो सकती हैं. तो फोकस ऑफ दिस ज्ञान भारतम मिशन इज टू प्रिजर्व इंडियाज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग लिटरेरी ट्रेडिशंस. ठीक है ना. सो दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स दैट आर देयर. इसके अलावा एक और चीज है, नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मिशन. ठीक है, नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मिशन जो है दैट इज ऑल्सो रिलीज, और इसका फोकस रहेगा किस चीज पे? इसका फोकस रहेगा 5 चीजों पे. मेजर आइडिया ये है नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मिशन का कि जो हमारा गोल था कि 25% ऑफ द जीडीपी शुड कम फ्रॉम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, उसको पूरा करता. तो मेजर 5 एरियाज पे इसका फोकस रहेगा. फर्स्ट विल बी ऑन ease and cost of improving the ease and cost of doing business. Ease means regulatory laws जो हैं which will be made more simpler, right? Similarly, cost का मतलब कि जो processes होगी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की वो ऐसी होगी कि वो cost of production को reduce कर पाए. ठीक है. Second area will be upskilling to meet the new job demands, and we see that the future is in AI. So since the future is in AI, we need to ensure that our labor force is skilled in a way that they can handle these future workforce. Third area will be the futuristic goal, or the third area would be MSME को improve करना. Fourth area would be technology को incorporate करना हमारी manufacturing में to reduce the cost. And fifth is to improve the quality of our products, because we see a lot of our products are criticized all over the world कि इनकी क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं है. तो क्वालिटी इंश्योर करना कि हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स इंटरनेशनल क्वालिटी को मीट करते हैं, सो दैट दे कैन बी एक्सपोर्टेड. दिस इज द मेजर 5 की एरियाज ऑफ नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मिशन. ठीक है ना. तो दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट 10 कीवर्ड्स जो मेरे को लगता है कि इस बार के बजट में ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है और नए हैं, राइट. एंड प्लीज यूज देम. A question can be asked in prelims also, and these keywords can be used in especially in your mains answers in GS3, right? So with this I've come to an end, and next video I'll be also making an economic survey, keywords from the economic survey which you should ensure that, or every UPSC aspirant should understand. Thank you.